Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, with CPac Mexico, Eduardo Verástegui.
Good morning, CPac. Buenos días. I'm so happy to be with you today. You are a beacon of freedom and hope for the entire world. But before I begin, I want to say that I'm a proud Mexican. Un mexicano muy orgulloso. I am a proud Mexican. And as a Mexican, I have to tell you that I love tacos very much. Me encantan los tacos. But let me be clear. First Lady, breakfast tacos do not define who I am or who Mexicans are as a people. It is our faith, family, and hard work that define who we are. Today, I want to call your attention to what is happening in Latin America. My friends, Latin America is burning. Se está quemando. The destructive fire of socialism is quickly spreading throughout the region, putting at risk democracy and fundamental freedoms in numerous countries. While autocratic regimes in Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela continue to repress their people and violate and deny their most basic human rights, radical socialist leaders and governments have taken over in Argentina, Bolivia, Colombia, Chile, Honduras, Peru, and sadly, even in my own beloved Mexico. These new socialist governments are all committed to a cultural Marxist agenda. They foster social confrontation based on race, religion, gender, and economic differences. Their goal is to destroy the Judeo-Christian civilization of Latin America, imposing a new order that seeks to redefine the human person and undermine the natural institutions that are essential to preserving a stable and free society, family and church. They also want to diminish and weaken our sense of patriotism and love for our countries. They tell us that there is nothing to be proud of in our history. To them, the legacy of the last 5 centuries in the Americas is one exclusively of racism, injustice, and environmental degradation. And to correct this, to reset the path our nation have taken, they argue we must adopt a series of radical progressive policies, including the legalization of abortion, gender ideology, extreme and unscientific environmental policies, so-called racial equity, and redistribution of wealth. In Mexico, for example, they have imposed abortion. And the way how they did it, it was very similar to what happened here in the United States. They did it through the Supreme Court of Justice. But you know what? Just like in the US, we will fight hard to reverse this ruling. We will work hard to elect politicians who are pro-life, leaders like President Trump, who deliver on his campaign promises and appointed conservative judges to the Supreme Court and ensured the Roe ruling was reversed. Congratulations. The Marxist strategy to impose radical views is based on co-opting democratic institutions, canceling and marginalizing anyone who disagrees with them, and limiting and taking away fundamental rights like freedom of expression and religion, parents' authority over their own children, and the right to private property. Some of these socialist governments are also encouraging massive migration to destabilize the region. In fact, a corridor of terror from Panama to the US-Mexico border has been created, where migrants are victims of all sorts of crimes. This is a terrible humanitarian crisis, my friends. Child trafficking is one of those crimes that is made easier by the massive migration flows. It is a modern evil that affects both Mexico and the US, and that requires that we join forces to fight against it and to end it. And I believe together we can end this nightmare. Today, not far from here, at the border, people are being sold. Women and children are being sold for work, for sexual exploitation, and even for organ trafficking. Just think, today, by the time this conference is over, 57 children will disappear in Mexico, destined to be sold for sex. 57 every day, 21,000 a year. Enough is enough. God's children are not for sale. We cannot remain oblivious to what is happening. We must raise our voices and call out this horrible tragedy. Sadly, America, under this current administration, seems not to care about what's happening in the region. They don't care about children's freedom. On the contrary, they have abandoned those who stand for freedom and democracy in Latin America while supporting the radical left. Biden continues the process of normalization of relations with the repressive communist regime of Cuba, negotiates with Maduro to buy oil from Venezuela, and cozies up to leftist extremist leaders like the new president of Honduras. So, to confront this advance of these destructive forces this year, after the November elections in the US, we will be holding the first ever CPac Mexico in Mexico City. This will be the first CPac in a Spanish-speaking country in Latin America, and will draw the most important conservative leaders from the region. It will be a unique opportunity to build partnerships among defenders of freedom throughout the hemisphere, so we can come together in a united front against those who want to impose socialism and wokeness on the countries of the region. It will be like something you have never seen. We will engage in a dialogue together. We will work together to come up with conservative solutions to the challenges our countries face. We will pray together. We will visit the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe. We will celebrate the victory of the November midterm elections. And yes, we will also have tacos together. The best ones, I guarantee it. My friends, they're trying hard to impose their globalist socialist agenda on us. But we will not let that happen ever. Because we know that the majority of the people of our country, is with us, are with us. Let's continue to fight for freedom. Let's move forward, and let's make America and Mexico great together. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias, hermanos. We are not just neighbors, we are brothers and sisters. God bless America, and God bless Mexico.